Okay, what does free range mean to you? When it comes to eating, you would think that the animal, maybe a chicken, for example, would be out on a pasture, eating in the woods, eating in marshes, just eating in a free range of a wide variety of things. And you think that's healthy. You think that statement right there on the food product is healthy. It's free range. So it gets all the bugs and whatever else is growing in that field, an open grass field. But that's not always the case. Okay, free range could just be a dirt plot. All right, you got to look for pasture fed. All right, free range is not a good example. Is not a good description of a healthy and for a healthy food animal source. Okay, you wanna know specifically, almost take pictures of where they're ranging, because I personally can attest to free range based on my observations of traveling around just on the West Coast area and into the Midwest. There are some areas that just are acres and acres of nothing, dirt. And cows just can't eat off of this. They can range wherever they want, but all their good grass is on the other side of the fence. All right, there's just a lot of farmers will put too many cows in a pasture, and the cows just tear it up, poop all over, tear it up, and it's just turned to mud and dust. And it's disgusting because the cows have to lay in that, and they come up and they're just caked in their own filth, simply because these farmers can't manage the grasslands. They want to put more cows than should be allowed into a grassland, especially these Midwest farmers. They think they can raise cows like they're in California, like it's sunny and rainy year-round, like the environment is perfect for the cows, but it's not. You got to give cows more, or whatever animal, you got to give them more space for the closer you get into the Midwest, because vegetation in the Southwest and the West, it just doesn't do so hot. It doesn't do so good just because of the extreme temperatures, the extreme precipitation, just the type of soil that you're dealing with. All right, but too many farmers, I've seen it in Idaho. I mean, just all over. They try to pack in too many animals for the environment, for their fenced-in environments, and it's really sad to see. So this is a question I ask. What when they say grass-fed, what level of grass? How much grass are we talking about? Little patches here and there, or is it the whole field that's full of grass? Because I've seen in Oregon on farms for the dairy farms, there are some fields that cows are allowed to graze on. I saw it in Tillamook, behind the Fred Meyers there. It was just so beautifully grassy, but so wet too, because it rained so much. It was just, the grass did great, but it's like practically a rice field that the cows were grazing in. That was just an overflow of perfect environment for the cows. And there weren't too many cows in the pasture, in that particular pasture. They seem to focus milk cows on the nice grass-fed areas. I mean, the consumer would still have to pay extra for that. But the beef cows, I noticed they tend to be more in the Midwest, where there's much less grass and they're more hay-fed than anything. The meats get put into the more harsh environments compared to the milk cows. But that's something to think about. If you were using the free range as a means to determine whether the animal is healthy or not, that's not always the case. You want more specific information about that. It's best to actually see how the animal has been living, of course. All right, but farmers play with words, so you got to watch that.